As promised, I wanted to make a video about the LA Auto Show in general. The first video I posted was strictly regarding the 992. I did also include the GT2 RS Clubsport, which you'll see here in a minute, but for the most part it was 992 base. So if you haven't watched that, please take a look at it. I'll put the link in the description. It is a great video. It gives you a first row seat to the 992. And so here, once again, we'll start out with Porsche because that's what this channel is about. But this is the GT2 RS Clubsport, the newest track weapon. If you take a look at the executives over there on the left, you will see Dr. Frank Stefan Walliser. He is the head of Porsche Motorsport. He designed the 918 and also designed this car. This car is beautiful and just screams quick with the wing, the arrow, the everything. It's just an extremely aggressive car, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one on the track. This was the Porsche Room before the 992 debut. Wanted to give you some shots of this because when you walked into this room, it just really did a number on the senses. It was beautiful, the different images that they had. This right here is the new GTS Panamera. This is the Sport Turismo version. I actually really love this car. If I ever have a family someday, I'd love to put baby's mom in that type of car. But I think it's a great looking car and it's unique. You're not going to see too many of them. I saw some of them at Red Sport, some that had some very unique livery, including the Piggy, but I actually really like the way that car looks. I do like the Panamera as well, but I think the novelty of the Sport Turismo and it being a wagon is pretty cool. It looked pretty sharp here. This was carmine red. They had the Sport Turismo, the regular Panamera, as well as a Boxster. I'm not too familiar with the different Boxster models or you know what's going on, but I assume that's the GTS version of it as well. There inside the hall, they did have a Porsche collection shop that you could go in there and do some shopping. You can buy anything that you want to possibly fit your Porsche lifestyle needs. I did want to also include some of the footage of the 911 debut here, obviously again for a more complete review. You can check out the other video in the description. I was really excited to be here, and it was just a great experience, and it really got me pumped up for the next generation of the 911. Obviously, I love my car, but since I have been exposed to this one, I'm really looking forward to the day I am able to drive it. The design on the 992 is a bit of a throwback in some regard. Some of the lines are much like the 993, again with the wide hips and the hood creases. And it's just, in my opinion, very beautiful. There are no more narrow bodies. They're all going to be wide bodies. The rears come with a 21-inch wheel now, something that was previously reserved for the RS models. This is a standard headlight that you see here. I actually like this better than the $3,000 upgraded one, at least the look of it. It reminds me a lot of the 918. In this Dolomite silver, you can see the hood creases very well. I like that, very aggressive, reminds me of the current GT3, and I think it's a very nice touch here. These S models start where the GTS left off, in that they have 450 horsepower, plenty of horsepower to get you around the track. In fact, they did the Nuremberg Ring 5 seconds faster than the current model 991, despite being a little heavier, so it shows you how they're using the weight and the downforce and the aero more efficiently. I do like the light bar that covers the entire rear here, something that was previously reserved only for the four-wheel models, as well as the integrated bumper exhaust. This is the standard exhaust. Moving on to the rest of the show, Subaru here actually had a pet adoption as part of their booth, and I think that's pretty smart marketing. I mean, we all can't debut 911, so I think that it's a good tool to get people over there and get them interested in the brand if they previously have not. This is a new Civic hatchback, and I think this is their upgraded race version. I'm not too familiar with Civics in general, but I did actually like the look of that car quite a bit. This right here is a new company. It's an electric company called Rivian. I believe that's how you say it. They're only going to make at this point a truck and an SUV, but they actually got a lot of good buzz and a lot of good feedback. And Rihanna was actually at their booth, and I know that there's quite a bit of excitement about this company. And that led us over here to this car. I absolutely love the 4GT. Even though I am a Porsche guy, I think that this 4GT is beautiful. I love the lines, I love the aero. I know that there are there's faster cars around the track, but in terms of just how this car is designed, I think that this is amazing looking, especially for an American car company, because generally you don't see such aggressive lines and such aggressive designs from an American car company. And in my opinion, the 918 is the most beautiful car in my opinion, but this isn't too far off. I really do love the 4GT, and I think in this livery it was pretty awesome. I included this clip because I know a lot of people love the Nissan GTR. Personally, I'm not a fan of Godzilla, but this is the new look of the GTR, so I wanted to get that in there, as well as the Kia Stinger. I know a lot of people have enjoyed that car and say it's actually, a pretty decent car in terms of how it performs. Went over here to Jeep and to Dodge. Obviously, they were heavy in the Hellcats, as they should be, because that's what gets people excited about their car, excited about their car brand, and I actually think that they're pretty good looking cars. This car wasn't fully unveiled yet, but obviously this is the type of ride you want if there's ever a zombie apocalypse. That brings us over to the Galpin room, and they have their own room. It was a beautiful setup. This is starting with the Aston Martins that they had there for Galpin. I really, really loved this gray one here. It's similar to chalk, although I think it's a little darker. But if I get a new 911, that would certainly be a great color option. And this right here is the man himself's car, Alejandro Salomon. So if you don't know him, obviously you probably do if you're a car person. He has the Salomondrin channel. This right here is the Raptor S, which he did with gas, and it's absolutely beautiful in person. The interior is made to look like a Rolls Royce, and it does not disappoint. This thing is extremely wide, and I think that the mods here are aggressive, but everything is done tasteful, and it works. I mean, I think that the rims are very nice. Those are his own rims on there as well. And if I was going to get a truck, this thing right here would definitely be at the top of the list. It's a great looking car, and I think he did a great job designing it. He also had here some merchandise as well as some Puku Pals that he does. I am a pro member at Salomondrin, so I am a fan. This right here is an Ultraviolet GT3 RS, and it was right next to that beautiful RWB right there in the background. I actually watched this car being built on Instagram when the Kaizen came in, and I really think they did a great job on it. It has rotiform wheels, and again with the ultraviolet color, it just really is beautiful in person, and I'll just sit back and let you guys admire. It really would be nice to have one of these RWBs someday, but then again, it also would be nice to have a GT3 RS. So here is a Corvette, and it was actually an electric Corvette, and that is, I don't know what the heck that was. It was a whale-looking thing, and it was electric, and I just thought I'd put it in there because it looked like a spaceship. This isn't a part of the show that they call the garage, and it's actually kind of a mini SEMA, I guess is the best way I can explain it. A lot of aftermarket companies were there, and had some very good looking cars and some very modded cars, and some interesting wraps, some rims, and that brought us back here to this guy who was just hanging out. It was a 935 conversion, and I think it was a beautiful conversion. I mean, I obviously love the Martini livery, and the wheels just sit tucked. I mean, the thing is absolutely slammed, but it does look great, and I thought I would include that because obviously I wanted to get you some unique Porsches in this video as well. Taking a look here at these wrapped Lambos, this is an Aventador, obviously. I think it's Liberty Walked, and the wrap looks mint, but it also had a metallic, so it was actually a pretty interesting wrap. It's obviously very aggressive. This right here is a Huracan, and it's again slammed. These cars are just absolutely turfed. This is a Ferrari, and back here is the only Rolls-Royce I actually like. It is the Wraith. And actually like this color. I think that it was a wrap as well, and I believe it's Avery dark gray. It's a gloss color, and it looks really nice. Here's a 997 that was modded and also had a wrap. Probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I did think it was unique, so I wanted to add it. And that brought us over to the West Coast Customs booth. That right there started out as a Tesla, the original Roadster, and they did a carbon fiber body and just made their own car out of it. So I thought that actually looked a lot sharper than the original Tesla. And last but certainly not least is the car that I considered the most unique in the entire show. This is a 356. However, what West Coast Customs did here is they took a 2008 Cayman and they married it with a 356. So they took the body and put it on a chassis of a Cayman, and the interior is modern and it is an automatic. So again, probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it is unique, and I did want to show it to you guys and see what you thought. So comment on what you think of it. I do want to say that I am happy that I went to the LA Auto Show. It was a great time. I was happy that I was able to witness the launch of the new 911, and I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Stay tuned for more coming up on the channel.